Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mwave Cybergamer Oceanic Esports Masters. The match between Team Infamous and Reload Esports has reached the third one. It is 1 apiece at the moment as we go into Mirage. So if you weren't here earlier, Hectic, take us through a recap of the action.
Well, I mean, we have map one, Cache. Now, quite frankly, it started off looking pretty even. Um, and then InFa completely took away with it. Reload were able to claw their way back to a respectable loss, which was 16-13. And InFa taking that first map, of course, we go into map two. Map two was, I do believe, Cobblestone was the map. And that was not a good one for InFa, to say the least. They came out looking, okay, and then Reload were like, bam, here we are. What do you remember the scoreline for that one? I'm sorry, I do believe it was 16-2 or
Yes,
something
you are
along the
correct.
lines
It
of
was
that.
16-2, and that was from the start on a CT side as well. It was just absolute domination, and we are going to go into the third round. I think the momentum is firmly in the favor of Reload.
Yeah, definitely in the favor of Reload at the moment, and individually as well. I mean, going into the pistol, we've got the knife first, obviously, but going into the pistol, I'm looking at Kauth. That man is basically bringing the momentum with him. He is the one that started the snowball effect. He did yell and create an avalanche that his team has followed him through. Now, the knives coming out from either side, and we will see InFa indeed take the knife round in this one. So, what side do you reckon they're going to choose? Obviously, CT being a bit more favoured.
Yeah, they've chosen CT, so that kind of just spoiled any surprise that I can really give. So thanks, InFa. I wanted to throw a surprise party. Not many teams actually would opt to start the T side unless they were very confident on their executes. Because once again, I wouldn't have been surprised actually to see Reload. They may have opted to start the T side because feeling a lot more confident in their aim. They're able to take these entries on towards this A site, which is absolutely crucial on Mirage. That's it though. We're just waiting for them to live up at this stage, and not sure who we're waiting for just as of yet. But the pistol round strats, I mean, coming out from Reload, most likely either going to be that Palace strategy that you put one towards Palace, three towards A ramp, and possibly one towards mid to take that A side afterwards. Possibly taking underpass and A ramp at the same time as well. So definitely a lot of options for Reload to explore with. I don't think we're going to see a B rush. They're not as common on the competitive circuit. It's more of, these slow setup executes towards certain sides. Try to pull these counter terrors into unfavorable situations.
Yeah, you did mention when T teams do go for those A side executes, they do tend to send one player lurking through under, and it's such a crucial position. You really do need a high fragging, high skill player there because they're going to have to deal with the rotators coming through short from the B site and potentially even top mid. They're basically the ones covering all of mid con from the mid area. T's, however, have actually opted to head towards the B site. They've got 2 smokes and 3 flashbangs to work with. So we could see a B smoke site execute come out. This is a very powerful if you can land it correctly, but at the same point, one player towards Van can just mow you all down with a single clip. It is very risky. Let's see what they do opt to do as Karath going into this round. Counter-terrorists have just let AJK walk all the way out onto the site. What's happening?
Oh, they're just spawning passively, but AJK was able to get one. Now, the rest of Reload busting out to the site, though. Barry Walsh and Twinkie both finding a kill, and Noobs are trying to plant at the edge of the smoke. He won't be able to dodge that counter-terrorist in the end, so it's up to both Prackham and AJK to hold this. And Prackham, his position is now known after taking down that defuser. Barry Walsh jumping in a little bit. Twinkie, though, answering with an amazing USB headshot on towards that B-side play. Now it's all up to AJK to hold this by himself, but in an unfavorable position with no armor. Insanity just sitting that defuse. He's got the kit as well, and AJK can do nothing but sit and possibly just be pushed in by the counter-terrorist, and there you have it. Just going to be shut down in the end.
Yeah, sadly, not quite able to get towards that bomb and stop the defuse coming out from Insanity. The kit purchase paying off in the pistol round for InFa. Able to take it 1-0 at the moment. Buying into this round they are, but Reload definitely is not. They have a Desert Eagle on one player. That is Prackham. He has opted to head towards the Palace area, looking to try and get a frag towards the A site. Taking the long-range angle as Twinkie jumps up. Only a USP in hand. Good Molotov and nade, though. That will damage the T's heavily. Calth now in a position to jump up through window as Prackham takes out Els. Twinkie takes out Prackham and Calth. He does get the trade. It's down to a 3v4 situation for the counter-terrorists. It's not looking good for them. The T's have actually managed to get a man up. However, 3 Famises left. It's still definitely doable for InFa. At the same point, Karath, it's a good situation for Reload.
Yeah. That said, though, like as you said, InFa, they're not out of the woods just as of yet, but they still maintain this B side control. They should be able to get that player. I think Insanity is rotating towards that A site right now, so they will still maintain control of these areas. Now, AJK going to be leading the opening with a Glock. He has to land possibly the most beautiful triple dink of his life to take down this player. Noobster as well with a Glock. There is just that one player in Palace. They're slowly spotting, and no reinforcements actually on this A site. So Insanity may just be tempted to allow this bomb to be planted for this site and then just play the retake as they have that favorable situation. Still have the defensive grenades. The bomb has been spotted though. Broken now pushing out of Palace. They all may be peeking at the same time. AJK does manage to land that Glock shot. Picks himself up a FAMAS, but he's going to be tagged down very, very low. And Barry Walsh, only one line that AJK could be holding, and Barry Walsh would take that. Noosa with the Glock at the back of Firebox. He still has those teammates though at Tetris and Palace to back him up. Chrissy now going to be smoking off, but Broken and Noobs are both going to be dinking. Barry Walsh down so low, does manage to get the trade, and now it's all up to Nooster on his Lone Stem. Oh my goodness, he's going for the cheeky knife. He will be able to get it, but Barry Walsh will be able to answer in return. That was a very, very cheeky knife, and that may have just cost them actually a winnable round. Barry Walsh was very, very low. Will end this round with a 4 kill of his own. InFa still holding on, but losing so many guns. Reload Esports now will have a lot of money to play around with, and we see Noobster buying an AWP and still has enough money to buy full set of utility. The rest of the terrorists, full set of utility as well, except on Broken. For InFa, no AWP, 3 for Masters, and not the best set of utility to work with. This may be a troublesome round. They just need to hold on.
Yeah, Barry Walsh pulling his team out of the dirt there with a lovely 4-piece to end that second round. Going into this one, however, T's have opted to take the also precious mid-control in the first rifle round. It gives them a lot of opportunities to spread themselves across the map, set up for the executes. And they've done a good job at the moment of not giving away too much information either. Rotating 2 T's back top mid to grab that bomb. They are going to make their way towards the A site. One player is hiding in that mid-con. That is Calth. They're basically star frag of this game. He's in the crucial position, so when the A smoke execute does come out from his teammates, he can just lock down that stairs position. There's no need for him to overpeak at the moment towards mid or towards the A site. He is literally in a pristine position. T's now, the execute is going to come out frisky. However, the man on the site looking to stop it. Els is here with the Famis to back him up. Noobster peeking through Palace. He should go down easily. He will. Frisky gets that frag. Insanity answers on Calth. AJK will answer back onto Insanity. Prackham, however, takes out Els after he fragged his teammate Frisky. So that puts it down to a 2v2, but Twinkie takes out Broken through the smoke. It's now a 2v1 situation. Prackham will take Twinkie down with a lovely jump up, but he overpeaks the angle, and Barry will take him down from stairs. Trying to gain some information as to where the last counter-terrorist will be, and that cost him his life, Karath.
Yeah, I think he was being shot at as well, so he tried taking that aim deal, but he had to land a headshot. Barry Walsh is still quite healthy. Very, very costly round for both sides. Reload Esports should be able to buy up on the back of this. No, it looks like they are a little bit poor, so may opt to force up. That said, though, InFa, their economy is still struggling. They were able to retain the AWP, but all the other members had to buy up, and it is going to be a force coming out for the players on the T side. Tech9's onto their players are Galil and Calth, and AKs on HJK and Prackham, and I would arguably say that AJK should probably trade that AK with Prackham. With Calth. As we can see, Insanity is pushing under, gets probably the double, which he should not have been allowed to get. No one was watching that unders position until it was too late. Now, InFa with the player advantage, Twinkie with that AWP will take down Prackham now. So this buy round has gone very, very wrong for Reload Esports immediately. InFa playing aggressively, thinking that Reload Esports was on an eco, But that P90 just absolutely punishing them, as now it's a 2-on-4. That bomb is making his way towards A site. Broken slowly creeping his way in unders as well. As now AJK, he's got the bomb coming up towards A ramp. Broken is going to be coming up towards CT Con as well. There is no one at short to spot that just as of yet else. And Twinkie are the people holding this sign. And else is going to be flashing A main. But Twinkie has ducked away just at the wrong time. Has allowed Broken access towards CT Con. But AJK has that smoke grenade to still work with. 2 flashbangs as well. Broken has that Molotov and 2 flashbangs. May decide to just sneak around towards the back. And he's going to be sneaking around towards CT. Has spotted out Twinkie. And he's going to be crawling across. AJK just needs to wait. But those counter-terrorists are rotating from B side as well. But Broken here spotted out the gun of Frisky just at the right time. Caught between 2 lines, but he will be able to backstab Else and Twinkie. He'll get 1, he'll get 2. As now the bomb comes towards the A site. Now a 2-on-2. Broken coming towards CT, but oh my goodness, he is spotted too high. Now leaves AJK by himself at a 1-and-2. Does not spot Barry Walsh until it's too late. What could have been a winnable situation? Oh my goodness, Broken put them in the situation, in a winnable situation, and then took it away after peaking too high with the AWP, thinking that Frisky was still towards that checkers area.
Yeah, I mean, oh, that hurts to see. Broken doing an amazing job of getting around behind them. I want to point out, if the counter-terrorist pushed lower, even if the T's did not spot it when they went top mid, he should only be able to get 1 frag. The fact that he was able to get away with the second one there is really, to be honest, what started the downfall for Reload on that round. Insanity with the Pro 90, just, it shouldn't happen. And then, you know, Twinkie towards that mid area, using that smoke as an advantage, able to spot out the feet of the player pushing towards mid, and quite frankly gets an easy frag there. So that's 3 down for Reload straight away. Going into this round, however, we will see, in fact, Insanity gets taken out first. A bit of payback there from Noobster. He will take his head off when he was on top of Palace. Twinkie with the AWP towards the B site. There is Broken in shop to contest with, but it doesn't look like it's actually going to go to peak that angle. T's setting up with the bomb back of A. It looks like they are going to go for that execute. 2 T's still towards the B side, however. A minute to play with. We are going to see a large delay come out, hopefully. I mean, Broken's obviously the lurk player on Twinkie. Looking to take him out. The AWP barrel should actually get spotted by Broken from here.
Edge of the smoke was still blanketing it though, so as soon as the smoke fades, that's a good Molotov. Should force Twinkie out of position, but oh my goodness, nades being changed a little bit too late. And now InFa may pull more resources to... No, it looks like they're just rotating out towards checkers. They suspect that as an A-side take, only 1 member spotted. They're not going to be faked out, and Frisky still hiding behind Firebox. Really the danger man in this situation. The bomb plant goes down. Now Frisky going to come across, and he misses because it's not a default plant, and oh my goodness, misses every single shot. Broken is going to be trying to find that lurk position, but Twinkie was on top of that. But really, Frisky the danger man completely nullified by just missing every single shot. Now all the members of the counter-terrorist side just falling like flies. Twinkie, the last man of the standing, just only has that AWP. Looking to save it as he peeks towards Citykon. Beautiful pick on towards Prackham. Just hopping across towards that short box, but there is an attempted jump by Noobster to try to make it, but Twinkie is on top of that. Twinkie's now got 2, but he forgets to click on towards AJK, and switching out is going to be taken out in the end. Frisky, what can I say though?
I'm about to mention, really, that sucks. I mean, no offense, I'm not being mean, but whiffing one of the easiest shots I've seen in a while. He was expecting that player to be planting in default. It was a surprise when he wasn't, but Noobster shouldn't have been able to get that frag. It allowed the T's to basically win the round, almost guaranteed. However, they have set up back of B apps with 2 players, and just going to wait. Else actually getting aggressive towards the B apps as well. That's going to... I don't know if the T's heard the impact onto the player. You can actually tell the difference between when you hit a wall and when you do hit an enemy player. I do believe that they would get that information. Frisky and Els in a crossfire setup. None of the T's going to get over-aggressive. To be honest, the counter-terrorists shouldn't get over-aggressive. They've actually got themselves a good situation. Broken will pop flash in, try to cause one of them to maybe overpeak. Kauth Might catch Twinkie out here. He does. He did peek that vent area, and he will go down for it. Now, Kauth, he has the opportunity to go and get mid-con control as his teammates will push up back of A main. Barry Walsh is in a good position here. Can he get a single frag? No, he can't. Kraken with the Galil will end it. Now, Insanity holding towards that window area. He does have 1T boosted up, but he's just going to walk right past it. Is he going to be able to spot out that player? I'm not too sure. No, Kauth takes him down in the end. Frisky again pushing through smoke. Not able to get Noobster again. He gets taken out. And Kauth will get the final frag onto Els there. 4-2. InFa in the lead by 2 rounds.
Yeah, but they still can't buy up. Even though they won those 4 rounds, every single round was costly. Reload Esports pushed them effectively to the limit most of the time. We can see now that Reload Esports, they didn't lose a single member. Their economy is starting to build up slowly, and that's the dangerous part for Team InFa. They have to go in another eco. They have body armor this time, pushing towards Palace. It's up to Kraken to hold it on his lonesome, and I don't think he can. Able to get 1. Also spots out Twinkie as well. So still staying alive somehow. Now dancing around Twinkie. Oh, he knows where Twinkie is, and Twinkie does not know where he is. And he's going to be shut down as well. Now, Reload Esports are all towards B side as well. InFa have this A ramp control. Bit of CT con control is maybe short, but Kraken is just pushing out. Just this one-man unstoppable killing machine at the moment. It's picked up 3 with a Galil. That is absolutely huge. He has not lost it as well either. Now, Els pushing out mid. Can't find anything. Once again, no members of Reload Esports dropping down as Broken finds the last pick on towards Frisky, who may be towards short or unders.
Yeah, and the economy now for Reload Esports. I mean, Karath, it's booming a little. We've got one player, Kauth, 9.6k after a buy. Broken 7k after a buy. Kraken 6.5 after a buy. I mean, they've set themselves up in a great situation to continue the momentum. InFa, they did take the first 4 rounds, but it's clear that Reload have stolen it back with the next 3. And I mean, at the moment, the default setup is working at the beginning of the round for Reload. I'd like to see a well-executed B smoke take over the A smoke take, though, as we will have Insanity. He opens up the round. AJK with the trade, however, onto Barry. Some nice shots to begin with, and Karath, the counter-terror is not reacting too much to it.
Yeah, they don't need to move members just as of yet. Only two terrorist members spotted, nothing else. They can't commit towards anything. They can't push out in the danger of losing more information. Twinkie was locking down that Palace line. Broken is just waiting, possibly just for his teammates to rotate across. Kauth is just holding underneath window. Els is actually holding that CT con line from window, so possibly just waiting to see if we get a lurk kill from possibly a player in short. Insanity now also going to be peeking out from CT. Oh my goodness, Kauth has just been waiting patiently this entire time, has not been punished for it. And it looks like they will be going towards this A site. Kauth will finally be found out. It did not peek window in time. And the execute towards this A site will begin. There's going to be 2 towards CT Insanity just on that ticket, just spotting over on towards default. And no terrorists to spot him yet, so he's going to get a clear line of fire on towards Broken. AJK will manage to find that pick on towards Els, but no one is watching that smoke at ticket just as of time. Insanity did miss that jump though, so he's just going to drop down and wait for his teammate. Noosa watching the line, though he's going to lose that one-on-one aim deal against Twinkie. Now it's all up to AJK, man on his own, just standing in the open. We'll find 1. But you can't find any more as that defuse will go for InFa. And they're going to be able to save an AWP as well as an M4. Maybe 2 AWPs if they decide to do so. Big round coming out from the CTs.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I'd love to see a double AWP setup, and we will indeed see it. So Twinkie, and I'm guessing Barry Walsh will be the one to grab that indeed. So Twinkie, Barry Walsh with the double AWP setup for the counter-terrorist side. We've got Reload. They're going to double AWP setup as well. So we can possibly, 4 AWPs in this round. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what the T's do decide to do with them. Where they're going to go for the picks. I mean, Twinkie, he will peek out towards the mid area, gets smoked off, however. Insanity just sprays Brackham straight through the smoke. What a start to this round. I mean, T's 4v5 situation. They do not have much map control. They have gained a bit of map control throughout mid. Broken, playing aggressive in apps. Facing down Barry, he is actually going to take a bullet as well. So he does bite Barry's bullet. Broken bites Barry's bullet, I should say, as we will have the T's. They've taken complete mid control now, so they have the opportunity to go A or B as Noobster gets the lovely shot onto Frisky there through the short gap. Broken still in apps, and it looks like Tees will execute towards the B side. Bomb rotating to the back of B apps, and Karath Twinkie gets the first frag onto Broken. Barry will answer onto AJK, and the tables have kind of turned.
It's just momentum shifting throughout this entire round. And now Calth has managed to make his way in towards window/jungle. So this is a critical position for him to hold. He has made that noise, so the counter-terrorist knows that he's there. Els is pushing out. Noobster, though, will be caught out, just trying to clear out A side with the AWP. It's not going to be favorable. Calth will find the first pick, but now trapped on his lonesome on a 1 and 3. Not much that he can really do. Reload's esports economy should be reset after this. And Calth doing a lot of damage, though. Just these members of InFa just individually peeking out. Now, Calth knows that the Lil's one towards CT, but Els wisely shifted his position towards Firebox, is able to easily get a side kill on towards him in the end. So, Reload Esports, looks like they are going to force up. They have so much money on Calth, they don't know what to do with it. So, AK is being dropped like it's a party. Meanwhile, for the CTs, I mean, once again, losing a lot of members, they're still down towards the last of their economy. They were able to possibly retain these 2 AWPs once again, but still costly rounds coming out for them.
Yeah, one thing that I do want to point out is Reload's economy 2 rounds ago, they had 1 player at 9k, 2 players at just about 7. So they've gone from not having to worry about an eco if they win the next round to now potentially having to eco if they lose this. Reload, it's a great situation for InFa to come back into it. They are going to push through towards the B side with smokes on this execute. This is something that I did want to see. Frisky will get the first. He gets a second as well. Twinkie answers onto a third. This is some good AWP holds coming out from the counter-terrorist side. AJK will finally drop one of those AWPs. He gets a second man as well. Make that his third. Almost able to peek Twinkie. Twinkie holding a very tight angle, though. He is, the timing there for him to not peek AJK with a fake plant. He is going to be able to catch out the CT, but Twinkie's too quick with a lovely flick. He will take down the remaining Reload player, and 7-3 InFa at the moment. 7 rounds, but their economy is not solid.
Yeah, Reload Esports has just been hammering at the door. Now pause has been called, so just taking a little bit of a break. They're just trying to figure out exactly what's going wrong. They're able to get access on towards this side, but this AWP hold is just too strong. They may try a bit of a faster A-take this time, maybe just try to overwhelm the counter-terrorists before they can get set up on the site. Maybe throw a couple of smokes and molotovs. They have cash on AJK to do so, and he will have the knowledge to actually put these smoke grenades and molotovs on where they are needed.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw the double AWP setup come out from InFa there, and it worked really well. They were able to get a lovely crossfire from the couch position or bench position on B and that market area. Twinkie, almost a key player in that round, who was able to rotate in and allow that player at bench to just survive for 10 to 15 seconds longer, allowed the rest of the counter-terrorists to rotate, and the T's, they just weren't able to get the bomb down in the end.
Yeah, and it looks like that there is going to be 2 smoke grenades on the side of the T's, as well as that flashbang on AJK, so Tech9s as well coming out. They have lost the last few rounds. They've lost the last 3, so even if they do buy up a little bit in this round, they should still be able to force up AKs in the next one. Broken, pretty much their only porous player, and that's because he invested in body armor when none of the others have. As we are going to go live back into the action. Looks like they are trending towards that B site, maybe a faster B site take this time. They just want to hammer their way in again. 3 smokes actually. Prakram's also picked up 1 now, as they all take towards that B site. There's still just a single AWP this time. They were unable to recover the second AWP this time. 2 P90s though, so perfect for spraying down unarmored opponents, as the rest of the T's are now just setting up in this B halls area. Still just 2 members on the B side. There is that fast rotation coming out from, I think, Twinkie possibly very shortly. He's spotting towards mid, hasn't spotted anything. Hectic, take us away.
I mean, the one issue with the B execute, the smokes, they have a lot of airtime for the counter-terrorist to call a rotate. Twinkie now on his way, almost at shop doorway already. T's only just entering the site. The P90 on Frisky will get 2 of them as they pour onto the site. Barry will answer onto 1, but gets taken out by Broken. Frisky's P90 gets a third. Broken with the Famous. He is going to be able to get 1, but he cannot hit the second. 8-3 now. InFa taking that round. not dominating, but I do have to say, whenever the T's try to push out onto that B side, they are just being crossfire mowed down. The Molotov use from the counter terrorists as well is working is working in their favor. I'd say about 80% of the time. You know, occasionally the counter terrorist does force themselves into an awkward angle to hold, but apart from that, they've been using them exceptionally well. Now T's taking mid control with that bomb. They are going to make their way up through Con reasonably quick, pushing out through A main now, and the execute will get called. All the T's converging onto the side. Kraken will get a frag onto L's. That was a trade. Insanity then takes out AJK before he goes down. The Pro 90 doing work again. Barry Walsh still has one in his hand. Twinkie with the AWP will stand in a fire, however, take 40 damage, and the rotate from behind from Barry Karath. How much damage can he do? He will not get a frag. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, he made too much noise coming in, and just Praken heard that. Even though on 4 HP, just nullified that. Noobs are just sitting underneath balcony. Bomb's going to be smoking up. Twinkie jumps up, gets a good shot on towards him to equalize the situation on a 2-on-2. And Broken, though, we're able to take one. Twinkie jumping on the defuse. Broken getting the double. Nothing that Twinkie could do. Trying to be a little bit sneaky-beaky, like trying to channel the spirit of his Scottish ancestors. Could not do it, unfortunately. And Reload Esports are going to be able to take a very critical round. It's going to force InFa onto a bit of a forced pistol. Twinkie dropping a couple of pistols. And as we said earlier, the economy damage is brought out from the T's every single time. Force the CTs to buy up. And you can just see, even though they were able to chain a consecutive row of victories, they just been completely nullified. Now Insanity pushing on his lonesome towards B site. Possibly through unders is going to be taken out by Kauth. I think Kauth did take some damage though. So the round's going to be just slowing down. Now there is that aggression from Els, though, who's managed to push all the way past nearly to T spawn. Praken now coming out of Palace, getting one. He's going to get the second as well. So looking good for Reload Esports as we head towards the mid-game.
Yeah, and that quick 2K to enter in. Twinkie's not going to get spotted out by AJK. A free AK-47 off of AJK, but will go down to Broken in the end. The CTs are leaving the B side open on an eco round. I think Insanity may have been the only player there, but he went down pretty early. The site was open after about 20 seconds, and I do like it when teams stack together on ecos. They're able to get the trade frags and capitalize on the fact that they only have pistols. Sadly, however, that was not the case with that eco. Counter-terrorists playing aggressive towards main. They're not going to be pushing through yet. ELs and Insanity, I should say, have set up a lovely crossfire. They have got 4 players stacked towards the A site for the counter-terrorist side, maybe anticipating a split A coming out from the T's.
Yeah, but Twinkie, oh, he barely missed the trace of a terrorist. He knows that there's none in B apps as of this time. He's pushing a little bit further to see if he can get any more information. Broken. Oh my goodness, Broken is coming up and Twinkie is watching that line, but they're just avoiding each other. Praken will get that first pick on Frisky towards CT Con. Broken will eventually spot out Twinkie when his attention was diverted, and he's going to make his way back and just pick up the bomb, possibly coming towards his A site. Noobs, though, did not clear out Sandwich in time, and there is a member there. Oh, Insanity peeking out, will get found. As now it is Praken. He was trying to hop his way across. Should be able to call that there is one underneath balcony. It's going to be mollied off. Spamage trying to be done, but Els has managed to push towards A. Ramp has found that bomb, and he's going to fall back wisely as now the counter is rotating towards his A site. Els actually staying his line, just buying a little bit of time, but needs to be careful as the terrorists are coming towards this A site, converging together. It looks like they're going to just pump it back towards B now. So Twinkie, the solo man to hold this hectic. Will he be able to hold it? He's just holding a very tight line. It's going to be a hard shot to land.
Well, I mean, if anyone can do it, it is Twinkie with that AWP. This man, of course, known for his AWP. He is going to be able to get a very tight shot. Gets the second onto Noobster as well. This man and his AWP, it's like a man and his dog. They just don't get separated easily. He is going to tag that final T through the smoke, and Barry Walsh to finish it. You asked if he could hit those shots, and he answered with, quite frankly, 2 very quick shots. The first one that he hits, I mean, that line, as you said, very tight line, a very hard shot to hit. Hits it with the smoke there as well, so a lovely shot onto him. But then the second one through the corner of the box, that was just... that was lovely to see. Is InFa, they do take it 9 rounds to 5 against Reload. I'm interested to see what Reload have to do on their CT side. Being round 15, of course, last round of the half, they are looking to possibly take this. They want their 6th round. As the spray from Insanity, it is whiffed, and AJK will capitalize on it. Karath, what are the T's setting up for with the way they place the bomb?
I think just at the moment they're just spreading out to see if they can get a pick once again. This is a very similar setup to what they did in the previous round. But instead of Twinkie playing that B apps, it is Frisky who's just spotting aggressive with the AWP. Prakim has just slowly walked out of A ramp uncontested. All the counter terrorists after losing that first member are just playing passively, trying not to give any more information or territory up as Twinkie is tagged down low to 4 HP. Now both AWPs are on the B site, which just happens to be where the bomb is slowly crawling towards. If Prakim is able to get a pick though, may just allow Reload Esports to move back towards A instead. But Twinkie now slowly coming out towards short. Prakim has managed to crawl all the way close towards double stack. Does not know there's one behind Ticket. Jungle control also granted as Kauth is just pushed towards there. So the bomb is going to be making its way back towards A site. Prakim now clearing both lines. But he's not going to spot Barry Walsh in time. Barry Walsh able to take him down without incurring any damage. Very open plan, but with no smoke to cover it. It was very foolish as Twinkie just takes down AJK. No trouble like that. And they have to just openly peek. Where are the supporting grenades coming out from Reload Esports? They're just peeking out to the open, and Twinkie is just being absolutely unpunished at the moment. Oh my goodness, Noobster is going to dry peek, is going to work in his favor. Kauth just waiting at jungle, finally gets his man. But Barry Walsh peeking out through the edge of the smoke, is going to find one. Noobster charging through with the Tech 9, finds one as well, but time is ticking away. 7 seconds left on the time, he's going to fake once. Knows where the last one is, just going to charge through, and he's going to get it. I don't think Els was expecting that aggression, and Noobster is going to get that 1 and 2 clutch in the end with the Tech 9. But once again, a messy mid-round coming out from the T side. It's starting to break apart a little bit. But a 6-9 score half, not too bad on that T side, as they're going to be starting on the CT side. As kills going a little bit more equally this time for Reload. Kauth not dropping a 20 bomb for the first time in the best of 3. InFa, they have those top fraggers on Twinkie and Barry Walsh. So, yeah, big performance once again from Twinkie stepping up to the challenge.
Yeah, and on a map like Mirage, you do want your AWP to really be stepping it up. But AJK, with the quick Palace peek in the USP, he will get hurt. His footsteps were noticed by the T side, and that's going to cause InFa to start to move a lot faster. They've actually sent the Bomb and Frisky all the way back through T spawn, so it's most likely going to be a B execute. And the fact that AJK did spot out 2 Ts towards Palace and they've rotated out, we're going to see a quick rotate come in from the counter-terrorists. However, InFa is on top of it. They are going to be rotating again back towards the A site with the bomb. So, interesting start to the round. Bit of confusion going out between the two teams. Just trying to fake them out. We saw InFa's fakes towards the A site on Keish, then hitting B. They worked out exceptionally. Now trying it on Mirage. They're going to fake towards B and hit A. But Kauth and Prakim, they will get the first frag onto Twinkie. So the fake hasn't worked 100%. As I said, that Broken was rotating out and left the A site open. Tees, they do now have control. He gets the first, does take out the bomb planter before it goes down. Noobstar answers onto Els. It's Frisky left alive, but Kauth will take him out from the shot position. And a nice attempt from InFa Karath. What do you think of that?
Yeah, they tried buying as much time as possible to try to throw off Reload Esports. We're nearly able to enter the A side, but with no smoke blanketing that Ticket area, they had to land amazing Glock shots to really force their way into the site. They were unable to. Barry Walsh was just trying to get the bomb plant down, and there was nothing he could really do. And Sandy now dueling out with Noobstar. Noobstar has just that P250. He's actually going to be tagged twice. There are 2 Deagles on the side of InFa and body armor as well. They've invested heavily into this round after they did not get the bomb plant down, so they are going, we'll just try to do as much damage as possible to this CT lineup right now. But AJK has managed to push all the way past A ramp, and now he's coming towards T-spawn as well. He's gotten a lot of information, and now the pressure is on the terrorists to actually make a move. As Els made possibly a step. Kauth pushing very, very close. He's going to be sitting on that bench. And oh my goodness, Els is going to be spotted out once this smoke clears. The question is whether or not Els would look his way.
He does have Prakim, of course, with that Mag 7. And Els actually spotting out Kauth, an easy P250 headshot. That drops the M4 on the B site, leaving that Mag 7 on Prakim's hands to hold it. They do have Noobster rotating through shop. He is going to spot out Els as he does overpeak that window boost. Coming up in the mid-window area from the T side. Again, this is going to give them great map control. They're possibly going to be able to gain control of jungle completely. Noobster, yeah, just avoiding window. That has given Tees complete control of jungle. AJK, he will answer onto Els, but Frisky takes Prackham out as he rotates through shop. Insanity spotting 2 counter-terrorists towards the counter-terrorist side. Ticket boost is what I should have called it, is Insanity with the Deagle on the side. He is just going to delay them. He's going to anchor them. And the number 7, that is, of course, AJK rotating through T-spawn to the A side when, in fact, InFa has planted B. They've only just realized as well. So now Reload on the long rotate is going to get spotted out by Twinkie. That fake coming in from InFa, they gained jungle control, and it was crucial in that round. Allowed them to go towards B when the counter-terrorists thought it was A, but AJK, he will answer onto Twinkie through the short area. Broken, a very slow rotate to come in, is not going to be able to back up his teammate at all. So AJK, the man of the hour, looking to be the one to do it, as Barry Walsh does bink him with the block. He's not going to be able to hit second shot. He does go down, but there's not enough time. And InFa will take that round. Karov, the fake coming in.
Yeah, that was that was a miscommunication, I think, on that CT side between AJK and Broken. AJK was going for that retake, Broken was not. I'm not sure what went wrong there, but they need to start making sure their lines of communication are clear. They go, okay, we're either going to go save or we're going to go make this retake, and they need to call it a lot faster. AJK was able to get 2 kills, but he didn't have a kit. Broken was the man with the kit, but guess what? He thought he was saving because he was tagged down quite low, and he was nowhere near the site, coming a little bit too late in the end. InFa calling a pause, so they were able to win that round on just body armor and deagles. Definitely a round that Reload Esports should not have lost. They're going to be forcing up on some of their players. Prackham's got that UMP, going to be dropping it for Kalth, who's bought body armor. Noobster going to be forcing up the Scout. Now, a lot of the members on that CT side are rich because they only bought pistols in the previous round, and that was ultimately very costly for them as they lost the round.
Yeah, hey, just quickly to let you know that our observer has had to leave us, so we'll be using the auto director feature from here on out. If we do miss some action, it's not our fault. You can blame Valve's coding. Now, going into this next round, InFa deciding what they do want to buy. They are going to be able to buy up AKs and armor on at least 3 players and still get a small bit of utility, opting instead on Frisky to get a Mac 10 Molotov and nade. Interesting choice when he could afford an AK-47 and armor. Reload, however, this is the tough situation for them. I mean, if they lose this force on Team InFa, they're going to be on another eco. That's potentially going to give InFa 12 rounds, and that's not going to be good for them, like, at all. I mean, a UMP, a FAMAS, and 2 CZs is not a lot to work with. They don't have a lot of utility either. 3 smokes, as you said. What do you think Reload need to do in this round? Do they play aggressive, go for those cheeky frags, or do they sit passive because they don't want to give up this round?
With Noob's spawn, he's got a very, very good spawn for that mid area, so he can just dart across towards window and possibly get the first pick when the terrorists try to take control of mid with those AKs. With Prackham and AJK, what they need to do with the C's is just hold those close lines. Prackham has no supporting grenades, so AJK probably needs to sit a little bit more behind. Prackham needs to sit close and just try to just spray down an enemy, maybe get 1, maybe get 2, maybe steal a weapon off a cheeky terrorist who was trying to push a little bit too far. That said, on this side of, with that FAMAS and UMP, possibly that B hold will come out, the UMP at close B, Abs, Broken probably playing that short area to try to back up that Scout as well, just maximizing the effectiveness of all the weapons so they can do as much damage.
Yeah, I mean, interesting to note the fact that he's got a UMP and not a Mag 7. Personally, I don't think he actually had the money for a Mag 7. That could be the reason, but I much prefer it, especially if I'm going to be holding that B site. It allows you to jump up, peek only your head, and shoot a lot of people. It's a very, very effective strat, and we saw Pasha Biceps in the recent Cologne tournament actually do that against SK Gaming, and it was very, very potent. He got some amazing shots, and it's something that anyone can almost do. I'm not saying it was easy what he did, but the jumping Mag 7 or the jumping Scout at B apps is so very powerful. It is almost overpowered, but you know, I wouldn't say so given they did fix the jumping hitboxes. Now, what do you think about the T's play at the moment, leaving A completely open in this round?
which is fine because they haven't spotted any information coming out towards A. They were just granted it. You know what? There could be a potential stack. Let's not walk into a crossfire of counter-terrorist pistols. Looks like they are going to go back towards A, but that bomb is just still stuck towards B. So maybe a fake coming out on an anti-eco. Els has been spotted out. Knows that Praken has been dancing around. Praken was naded down earlier, so possibly another Molotov coming his direction. He's going to move away. Kalth also rotating though as the smoke's coming out towards A side. HJK though on top of balcony should be able to spot out Frisky. Will back up his teammate on Noobstills on top of Ticket. Now Barry Walsh trying to duel it out is going to be found out. There's no bomb, so they're just going to go straight towards this B side. Prakem once again going to be mollied off. Has to dart around him. He's not going to be spotted out just as of yet. He's going to ding Twinkie. Now still dancing around. He's going to pick up one player, and that's absolutely critical. Now a 4-on-2. The bomb plant still hasn't gone down. It is finally going to be planted. Els be able to find one. Els actually able to find two, so somehow still alive. That grenade not doing anything broken. We'll be able to find that pick in the end. All up to a sanity. 1-on-2 with that AK-47. But AJK with that CZ. Shutting down anything in InFa. Going to be absolutely broke after this, even with that bomb plant.
Prakem, despite only getting one kill in that situation, was a crucial player. He was able to just delay that bomb plant. As you said, not being spotted out as well. Getting one frag. Just allowed all of his teammates to just pour in through the market area. AJK towards Palace as well. Just hiding and getting that frag on the player who walked past him, past the default plant on site. 10-8 at the moment. Reload doing a great job in that previous round as 30 HP is left on Insanity. A lot of damage being done and dealt through that mid area. T's setting up still towards the B side. One thing I do want to note is, I mean, T's have been doing a great job with their fake executes. This time they are going to go for a real execute, and 3 counter-terrorists are in the position to mow them down. Prakem gets 2, Kalth gets the other. It's down to a 2v5. They've got Deagles and Twinkie caught in the fire, has to run out, gets taken out by the Jewel Burritos, and Insanity goes down on short to AJK. Another great round for Reload. Not losing a single man is going to help their economy, but it's nowhere near a cushion at the moment.
Guns being... There is an AWP drop for Noobster from one of the richer members on that CT side. May have been Broken, as Broken is staying with that FAMAS. Now, there's all AKs on the side of InFa, as they do have that very fast mid-control. As a matter of fact, Noobster is a little bit late, still over-peeking out, maybe caught out. And it looks like Kalth, though, able to answer on short. Now being pushed in from unders, AJK was not there to back him up. Unfortunately, Noobster was playing a little bit too aggressive that time. Now action slowing down, so a pick on both sides. It's very equal. The AWP has been lost, and maybe Broken should move towards getting it, but he's all the way at CT. Now Barry Walsh spamming towards that van area. It's going to catch a nade for his troubles. Just 13 HP, tickled down. As now there are some terrorists slowly creeping towards that A site. The bomb still towards top and mid. AJK has actually recovered that AWP from CT Con, and now he's watching Palace Hectic.
It's really nice to see the diversity in aggression and defense coming out from InFa. They're playing some rounds extremely fast where they just all-out rush, and then the next round completely swapping it up and playing super passive. As I say that, Els, he does go for an aggressive peek towards main. The one player there from the counter-terrorist side is Broken, but he opted to just pull back and hold a passive angle at Ticket Boost. Counter-terrorists, they are in the position to rotate here, but it's going to be a slow one. Kalth on short has made that a bit quicker. Nice flash coming in from the player at CT. That is going to delay the terrorist from pushing that site. We will see AJK answer onto the first. Twinkie will trade him out, however. And we've got Broken still in that CT area. The short play is just going to take out the bomb plant and no one covering it. Easy frag coming in for Prakem and Kalth. ELS takes out Broken, but the last man alive in a 1v2 is not a good situation, and he will go down to the player at stairs. Again, the bomb planter planting for that short mid-con position didn't have any cover whatsoever, and I mean, that basically cost them the round. A lot of other mistakes being had. Calling a pause now. Is that due to, yeah, ping issues on Frisky, apparently, above 300. So, Karath, what really happened in that last round on InFa's side?
If we were taking a look when they were taking towards the A site, firstly, they were coming down from pretty much a disadvantageous situation. They were trying to charge onto that A site. They use a lot of their utilities early on. And once you use your utilities and then you don't have those smokes to really just block off anything, you're forced into an utterly terrible situation. If you try to plan for default, it leaves you open the ticket where some counter-terrorists can just jump up. There could be 2 counter-terrorists within CT where they could just boost up and take you out. And there's nothing that a terrorist can do at that stage because they have so many other angles they still need to cover. Now, that said, at the same time, AJK was able to get the first pick when the terrorists were trying to charge through in towards jungle, and that's really where everything fell apart for them. Still doing some good damage. Is going to force Reload Esports to purchase up some of these rifles again. But Kauth and Noobster just able to... Kauth still has 6k in his bank account. Noobster is able to buy up that AWP once again. It was not retained. As now possibly InFa, but they're just going with pistols, possibly just trying to take this A site through a fast palace take. But L's going to eat a lot of damage to that grenade, and that's not a good start already for them as they look to take this A site.
Yeah, down to 27 HP, and it's going to be 2 bullets from any weapon to kill him. Now, T's are set up to push through Palace. They will get spotted out by a man on stairs. Spray down coming in from Broken and AJK. Noobster actually hitting that with the AWP. Broken gets 2. AJK gets 2 of his own, and a very, very good round coming in for Reload there. Carls, he was rotating through the T-spawn, but he was not needed. AJK with 2, Broken with 2. And we did have Noobster with 1. AWP working out in their favor. And that early nade onto ELS, I'd like to see more of that, to be honest. I love the pre-nades coming out from the counter-terrorists.
Yeah, that's it though. I don't think InFa were able to get the bomb plant down. Only able to take 1 gun off, which was off, I think, Broken, who was repurchased off Cal. So not significant damage done to the CT economy as they now take the lead for the first time in this match. Still an open game though, just that the CT economy is slowly starting to build up. And if InFa lose this one without killing too many members, they may suddenly find themselves in a troublesome situation. As now Broken is just going to flashing A man. Els was thinking about throwing that nade towards triple. Broken already tagged down to 49 HP. As now Noobs actually coming out towards CT to help out his teammate mid. It's slightly left a little bit open, and Els is going to extend himself a little bit too far and is going to pay the ultimate price, putting his team down a member already. As Kauth just playing that close short position, not going to spot anything. Insanity left it just a little bit too late, as now they're going back towards top mid to take the bomb, but we don't know where just as of yet. Possibly towards B. There is that lurking member in Insanity Hectic. It's going down to the mid game, and it looks like that Team InFa may be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, Insanity playing that lurk position, very, very dangerous one in the mid-con area. It's going to have a lot of angles to cover, but potentially a lot of reward. Bracken with the lovely smoke, that's going to halt the T's and B-apps a bit longer. Bomb actually going to rotate out because of that. Frisky not feeling confident. He's going to move through lower with his teammate Barry Walsh. Insanity does get taken out as he tried to push up through the stairs area. Counter-terrorists are going to rotate to the A site now. They're going to have 2 men in CT, Noobster, and 1 other actually now rotating back. He is coming up through mid-con. Barry Walsh answers onto AJK. Noobster will take out the bomb on Frisky. Barry Walsh, last man alive for InFa's side, and opting to just save that AK-47 and Molotov. Not enough time to work with InFa. They didn't give themselves a big enough window of opportunity.
Yeah, it just brought down towards the end that all the counter-terrorists were able to hold, and another pause coming out from InFa. As this time it is a bit of a break just to discuss their tactics, because it is falling apart for them. They're unable to get a footing on towards their economy game. Just really not being able to get the picks as well. Els once again just extending against these CTs, just confident after giving damage towards Broken, but he was unable to follow it up with a pick onto the Orpa and Noobster, who just rotated towards CT instead. Good stuff from AJK to get that first pick on towards Frisky. If Frisky was able to anchor that jungle position, we may have seen a completely different round.
Yeah, I definitely think we would have, and this game has been so very back and forth, not in terms of rounds, but in terms of kills. One thing that I do want to point out quickly is the frags on AJK is going 23-14 at the moment, and it's mainly been in this second half that he has stepped up. First half, to be honest, most people on Reload in the first half, they weren't exactly doing the best. If I just quickly go to the total kills, he did end the previous half on 13 kills, so able to get 10 in these last 8 rounds, doing a stellar job of his own. And I'd like to see, believe it or not, Kalth step up a bit more in this game. I feel like compared to the previous two where he went absolutely ham, this one has been sitting back a bit. He's still been there, still been in the front lines, but he hasn't exactly been firing off as much as he did in the previous ones. I don't know. What do you reckon at the moment Reload need to do to maintain the momentum? They've got the economy, they've got the rounds going in their favor, and they've got the momentum.
At this stage for Reload, they're now, if you just take a look, once again, we mentioned the scoreboard as we go back live into action, their kills are distributed very, very equally. So all the members now are just fragging as a unit. On the side of InFa though, Els and Frisky just been unable to really land the shot so far. Els performed quite well on that initial cache map, but he's just fallen off ever since, and he really needs to start sputtering again, as looks like there is a force buy behind that saved AK from the previous round. Barry Walsh was able to retain it towards the dying ends of that half, and now it looks like Insanity is at top mid just trying to deal it out. Only going to take a little bit of damage to the edge of the box, but might still peek out and try to get this headshot, but he's just dancing on the fire at the moment. Kalth is going to land that messy spray towards the end, but they're coming towards this A side. AJK though, anchoring towards jungle, able to find one. Frisky charging through on his lonesome, going to be taken out. Twinkie and Barry Walsh, the last two left standing. And Barry Walsh able to find one with that AK, but he can't find any more. His teammate Twinkie was AWP'd from CT.
And the economy at the moment for Reload, it has just taken away. I mean, will they have to eco in the remainder of this half? I think if InFa take 3 rounds in a row, they may have to. But apart from that, I'm pretty sure it's smooth sailing in terms of buying for Reload, isn't it?
Well, at this stage, I mean, 10k on 2 of their players. I'm fairly safe to say that Kalth will drop for AJK. There's no reason for AJK to force up a full buy so he can't get grenades in the next round. I'd say that Kalth might drop him either this AK or an M4, possibly even a double AWP setup if they're feeling a little bit changing up things, so to speak. InFa do have this cash now to buy this AWP in the hands of Twinkie. AK as well, but Barry Walsh, very, very poor. Only armor, helmet, and AK-47 going to be coming out of him in this round. Maybe a Galil if he decides to go for this utility. But yeah, I mean, 2 buys coming out of Reload Esports at the minimum. 3 if they decide to go for a couple of M4s. Depends on how much damage they take.
And InFa, they're trying to decide whether or not they buy on Barry. And 3.8, to be honest, with the rounds that they have, I'm not sure. The rest of them are bought up. He should buy an AK. I'm not sure if they're debating this or if he just hasn't bought yet, because quite frankly, there should be no debate when 4 of your players have utility, armor, and weapons. And indeed, he is just going to eco into this round, maybe throwing himself out as a bit of a distraction. Running back to spawn, and no, he is gonna buy in the end. A bit of a miss no buy, I suppose I should say. Barry not buying at the start of the round, gets it in the end, and that is going to be a rifle against rifle for both these teams here. And Noobstar holding an interesting angle. He's not going to be able to get the frag, and he gets away with his life, but loses 50 HP. Kalth towards top mid. He will get away with his life as well. Takes out Frisky. Barry is going to take him out, though. Good frags across the board for either side, and Karaf the T set up back towards B. What do you think the right play is at the moment?
Well, B side is more open, but oh my goodness, Prackham did push quite far, has fallen back, realizing that he is the solo man on this site. Now, with this 4-on-4, they have the player advantage, but they need to possibly take mid control and threaten it a little bit more. As soon as I say that though, look where Broken is. He's pushing all the way towards T spawn. He has gotten so much information, and this will allow the members to just reinforce this B site. He's managed to make it all the way towards nearly the end of B apps, so to speak. There are no members of the T side on that apps position. Noobster gonna land that first headshot from Couch, and it's going to force InFa back, possibly towards unders. They are going to be charging their way unders. Only AJK on the site. Hectic. Only 25 seconds left. They need to decide where to go.
Well, at the moment, it has to be the B site, doesn't it? They can rotate in time. Broken, however, from behind is going to take out one. Now they're forced into pushing Barry Walsh, and they will go down. Twinkie now last man. He's going to take the head off of Prackham. A good shot coming in there, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save him. 1v3 situation. 5 seconds left. He can't win. Game. Yeah, round's over. Noob's the goal for the knife. And he's going to get it in the end as well. Oh, you've got to feel bad for Twinkie in that situation, being charged by the knife of Noobster. Could not unscope. Twinkie is done. He is just done. And I'm not surprised. They are going to be able to buy into this round, but their economy at the moment on InFa Karath, it's really shaky. Going for a quick B play. What's going to happen in this round?
Well, Twinkie's just leading the charge. Prakim is backing him up, but Kalth is sitting there at Van, able to get one, but traded out by Frisky, but they're charging right into the crosshair of Prakim. He's able to get two before being dropped, but AJK is on that fast rotate. Should be able to shut down and standing. That bomb's being dropped, and Barry Walsh, the last man standing, has that AK-47. Noobs are going to be dropping down. He's going to land a great shot with that AWP while falling into the understairs, and it's going to be Reload Esports on that match point of this best of three. As a matter of fact, if they take this one, they will succeed with this 2-1 victory, taking their first victory of the season in the Cyber Gamer Oceanic Esports Masters. So definitely a critical start. That said though, InFa being able to force up, but with limited utility, going to have to be dry peeking a lot of the time. And that is going to possibly cost them this round. They have to rely on some sharp aiming coming out from their critical players on Twinkie and Barry Walsh.
Yeah, hey, InFa looking to get their second win, but they will have to take 5 rounds in a row and then the overtime. It's a very hard situation for them at the current point in time, especially when Noob gets a shot like that onto Frisky, down to 18 HP. Shoots his leg with the AWP. Kalth actually pushing through the smoke, catches out Frisky. Insanity from lower will punish Noobstar, who got over aggressive in the mid-con position. Barry, he will get hurt as he fires a shot towards the player at Ticket Boost. Not able to hit a shot though, and that will, I suppose, slow down the T's even more. They are just going to take the bomb, head back towards the T side of the map. Insanity gets a lovely shot onto Kalth. Bomb now heading towards the A site. We have 3 players from the T side converging. One through midcon. Will get that frag. Insanity, well done. Doesn't go down because Elsa's is back covered. AJK whiffing a shot maybe towards the con area. Last man alive for Reload is Prakim. He's got the AWP. He's got the short angle. What can he do here, Karath?
Still pushing in, so he's definitely looking to take it. Beautiful shot onto the head of Twinkie, though, tracing it through the edge of Triple Box. And both terrorists now going, alright, let's just figure out how to play this. They're both sitting within jungle at the moment, and it's not really planned for them. That's that though Prakim doesn't check that line, and he's going to be shot from behind. Insanity ending the round with a 4 kill, so definitely stepping it up, so to speak. Reload, though, still have enough cash to buy in this, but this may be their final buy, as it looks like they only have 3k on 2 members, 500 on the rest of them, still full set of utility. InFa have to force up once again. That AWP with no grenades whatsoever. Twinkie does have a good spawn, and he comes across. Good hops to evade that shot of Noobster, as Noobster does try to find something, but he has to fade away, as now there is action towards mid. Kalth, though, going to be... He dodges a nade, nearly taken out and taking a lot of damage from that grenade, but he's going to evade it quite nicely, as the terrorists have this mid control.
Barry will take Kalth out from the lower position. One thing I want to point out, Twinkie has not been able to get many aggressive picks in this game at all. I don't think has actually hit one at the beginning of the round on T side. And that's something that as an AWPer for a team, you really need to be doing, especially on a map like Mirage, where there's a lot of those long-range angles, is not quite able to. Broken will actually take him down as well. He did play aggressively through that A main area, caught him off guard, tagging Els as well through the wood. A lot of damage being done, and then he's just going to smoke it off. So Palace now locked down. Track him towards the B site, isn't going to see any action because the T's have made their way through the mid-con area. They do have the bomb, but the Molotov for the counter-terrorist, that's going to be a big annoyance, as we will see Frisky having to rotate back to re-grab the bomb. Teammate did go down in mid to AJK. Player who pushed jungle as well went down. He does get spotted out. Frisky not going to be able to hit that shot. Broken takes out Else, and that is going to be 16-11. Reload Esports winning this best of 3 series 2-1. And your thoughts on Mirage for the final map, Karath?
It's definitely very, very tight, so definitely a lot better to see a close competition.
He doesn't reply.
I did reply, I just had XSplit open again. So It was a lot tighter this time, and I think just in the end, Reload, they were able to get these 6 rounds. They just kept pushing InFa. Even though InFa on that CT side were able to get the rounds, they were just very, very scrappy rounds, always losing members. And once Reload started to build up their economy on their CT side, it was effectively all over for the InFa army, unfortunately. They are going to lose 2-1 tonight. Reload Esports will take their first victory of the season of the Mwave Cyber Gamer Oceanic Esports Masters.
Yeah, so just a quick shout out to our sponsors again. Mwave being the title sponsor. We've got Gigabyte, Netgear, AK Racing, and AOC, the boys behind OEM at the moment. So, InFa, they did win their previous game against Legacy. Losing now, though, against Reload, it's not a very good situation. They did pick up their map pick on Cache, lost the second and then the third, sadly, to end it. I think that's all from us tonight. I do believe over here at Cybergamer or CGTV _ CSGO. I have been Hectic Hector Knowles. With me has been my co-caster. He can introduce himself.
Yeah, my name's been Karath. Make sure you follow us on social media if you can for our amusing thoughts at times, so to speak. We do try to publish esports facts, I guess, most of the time. But otherwise, I thank you very much for joining in this cast. And we hope to see you next week for the final week to determine which teams will make it towards the LAN finals.